is my favorite book, and I used to read it to my kids when they were little. So it's called Love You Forever, and I wanted to know if you would read it to me.
Yeah.
Do you remember this book? Bet you do. We loved it. Can you start right there?
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you read it to me?
I'll try.
Okay. We'll do it together. Okay.
Okay.
You start.
A mother, her head,
Held her.
held her with
New
the
baby.
new baby very slowly up a rock block.
So I need to read it to her, I think. So can I read it to you?
Yes.
Okay. So a mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be.
Oh,
See the baby in the mama's arms?
that is precious.
The baby grew. He grew and grew and grew. He grew until he was 2 years old, and he ran all around the house. He pulled out all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, this kid is driving me crazy. Looks like Tyler, doesn't it? Yeah, baby boy getting into all the messes.
Oh my goodness.
But at night, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. She snuck in his room.
That is beautiful.
It's my favorite. The little boy grew. He grew and grew and grew. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. Sell him. There he is, being a 9-year-old. But at night, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be.
Oh. Where did you get that?
Isn't it the best book? The boy grew. He grew and grew and grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends. He wore strange clothes, and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in the zoo. Look at those teenage boys. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. Look at her peeking in his room. That teenager grew. He grew and grew until he was a grown man. He left home and got a house across town, just like Nathan. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. See, she's rocking the big man. Well, that mother, she got older. She got older and older and older. And one day she called up her son and said, "You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her, and when he came in the door, she tried to sing the song. She sang, "I'll love you forever and I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and too sick. That sucks. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he sang this song. "I love you forever, I'll like you for always, and as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I love you forever, I like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby will be." Isn't it the best book
love
ever?
it. I want it.
Can you see?
That is so cute.
What was it? What was the words of the song? See if Mary can say it since we said it a
Can you
lot.
say it with me? I love you forever. Can you say that?
Me?
I love you forever.
Love me forever.
I like you for always.
Last first.
I like you for always.
Love you always.
As long as I'm living,
As small as
you're living.
living.
My baby you'll be.
Your baby will be.
Love you, Mama. You the best. Do you know that? Best mama ever.
Y'all give a
I've
little
never
smooch.
seen it.
Me kiss.
How long had you had it?
I've had it forever.
And you kept it that nice.
Well.
Oh,
This is a special one. This is from
that
Christopher's
is
sister.
Beautiful.
But I've got one for you. I'll give you one, okay?
Do you remember when Nathan and Tyler were little boys like that? Being little toots and tearing up things? Pretty ladies.
You want to smile? Get your picture made? She's not just getting her picture made.
So sweet.